Newington College basketball teams compete in South Louisiana on U.S. visit. The holiday break for most area high school basketball teams includes games before and after Christmas, and a few teams in South Louisiana got a treat as they experienced basketball from down under. Newington College, a boys' basketball team from Sydney, Australia, made the long journey to the USA as part of a summer trip. The Wyvern, as the team is called, has played 8 varsity games here in Louisiana. The squad will play a total of 10 games while in the United States. The other 2 varsity matchups are against Humble Christian and the Village School this week in Houston. Newington started off play last weekend in the Sam Houston Holiday Tournament in Lake Charles, where they went 2-1, losing to Jennings 59-49, but defeating Covenant Christian 64-28, and host Sam Houston 47-43. The Australians also played Dunham, falling to the talented Tigers 64-52, and then played Jesuit of New Orleans on New Year's Eve Day, defeating Chris Jennings and the Blue Jays 55-45. The Wyvern was supposed to meet Jesuit and their team in the French Quarter on New Year's Day with a meal downtown, but that did not happen due to the terrorist attack on Bourbon Street early Wednesday morning. As a result, the team stayed mostly in suburban Jefferson Parish, while in the New Orleans area. The freshman and junior varsity Newington teams have also been playing games here, including a game against the Cajuns of Country Day on Thursday. Due to scheduling conflicts, the Country Day varsity team was unable to play the Wyvern. On Friday, Newington played at Central of Baton Rouge with all 3 teams participating. Before each game, players exchanged gifts, with Central providing a small gift bag for each member, and the coaches receiving Louisiana-themed gift bags. In return, each member of the 3 Central teams received a T-shirt from the visitors from Down Under. The visitors from Australia started the game strong, leading 16-7 after 1 quarter of play, with their big man, 6'9" senior Doc Maluel, scoring 8 of the 16 points. The second quarter saw the Central Wildcats come alive, outscoring the Wyvern 24-5 to take a 31-21 halftime lead. Ked Franklin contributed 8 points off the bench in the second quarter, and Jace Conrad and Colin Verrett each added 5 points. In the second half, the Australians opened the third quarter with a 4-0 run, pulling within 31-25 with 5:55 left in the quarter. The host Wildcats then responded with a 7-0 run to take a 38-25 lead with 3:35 remaining in the third. The quarter ended with Central holding a 44-34 lead over Newington. The Wildcats maintained their lead into the fourth quarter, never relinquishing it, and defeated the Wyvern 61-49. The Central Wildcats were led by Ked Franklin with 15 points, and Jalen Thomas and Jace Conrad each contributed 5 points. The Newington Wyvern were led by Doc Maluel with 26 points, and Jesse Weinstein and Kutchil Dutt each scored 5 points. After Friday's game, the Newington team traveled to Ascension Parish to face the Dutchtown Griffins, where the Australians won 61-45, making their Louisiana record 5-3 with 2 games remaining in Texas. After a few days in Houston, they will fly to Los Angeles to watch the Lakers and Clippers in action. They will not play any schools in Southern California. Our school is a high school boarding school for boys, founded in 1863. We have an enrollment of 1,400 in high school and 600 in elementary. Each boy is required to play 2 sports during the school year. One in summer, where we are now in the Southern Hemisphere, and another in the fall-winter semester. The games here do not count for us back home, but they do for the Louisiana teams. We are now 22-6, before the Central and Dutchtown games, now 23-7. We try to come to the US once every 2 years, and in the other years we play internationally closer to home. The food here has been great, especially the gumbo and jambalaya, and the kids loved it. We were in the New Orleans area when the rubbish happened, but we were nowhere near it, and the kids handled the situation well. We were given a tour of the LSU basketball facilities and caught the LSU game against Mississippi Valley State, as David Patrick, the associate head coach and an Australian native, has been a friend for many years. It was also good to see Eddie Palubinskas here tonight, who is an Australian native. Eddie Palubinskas played at LSU in the mid-70s and also coached at Central Private in the mid-90s before they became a LHSAA member. Trying to keep track of 37 boys is tough, but we make it happen. The level of play here has been fantastic, and we had to get used to no shot clock here, as we have a 24-second one back home. We have sent 38 players to the US at all levels in the 20 years I've been head coach. When we leave Houston, we will go to Los Angeles for 2 NBA games, Lakers versus Spurs to watch Victor Wembanyama, and a Clippers game. We will also visit Disneyland and Universal Studios. The atmosphere at Central is great. The band, cheerleaders, and the building are top-notch. The game atmosphere was fantastic, a great example of high school basketball in America. We started well, and I think Central adjusted very well, especially putting pressure on our guards. We started to struggle and couldn't get into any rhythm. Give credit to Central for that. Gok has been out for 4 months with an injury and is just now coming back. This is only his second game. He's a bit rusty, but he's a good athlete, and once he gets back in shape, he'll be very effective. This game does not affect our power rankings. We have a process to be prepared, and we were able to get some film on the team. We are still trying to figure out our team with the return of football players. We are behind some others right now. We were a little timid and unsure, but then Stephen Rannell, who has just returned to us, made a couple of big plays and changed the game, getting the student section and the team going. Ked Franklin is a typical starter. He came in, got us the size matchup, and we're trying to get consistent energy from him. We are 3-1 since we have everyone back, and the job that Jace Conrad, Jalen Thomas, Colin Verrett, and Max Tingle have done has been great. The community support for tonight has been great. It's piggybacking off of football, and we made tonight big for basketball as well. This is the first time we weren't the bigger team, and it will be great film for us to look at. We will take the lessons from tonight and apply them this season, since we have a veteran team of 9 seniors and 4 juniors.